What's up, everybody? Sparrowwood again here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We're starting things off with Tartarus's new build. Well, technically it's an in-between build, I guess, according to the description, but this is the TIS Scout. It's an atmospheric type ship used for, what was it used for again? Assault. No. Carrier. No. Wait! Maybe it's for scouting. Let's just move on. So, that was a yoke. That was a joke, by the way. I know it's a scout, because it says scout right in the thing. Why wouldn't it? Anyways. So, let's kick things off relatively quickly. There's not, I mean, it's not a typical, let's go around and look through the interior type of ship because it's such a small ship. So, there's not a whole lot to poke around with and explore, but we can look at all the little bits and bobs. So, it does use atmospheric thrusters, obviously, because it's not meant to be outside the atmosphere, though I can't tell. I guess those are atmospheric. They were firing a blue thruster. I thought maybe they might be ion, but they're atmosphere. So we've got a sensor down here on the bottom. I'm assuming it's to keep you off the ground. It could be for other things. And we have a singular Gatling turret up here on the top with some lights, or are these LCD panels? These might be LCD panels. Text panels. Okay. So they're text panels, but they kind of double as lights. If we were in the dark, you can see that in the screenshots, which is a pretty cool idea. I like it. I like it. We've also got some Gatling turrets out the front, and a laser antenna with some batteries. I believe it has reactors and batteries. Yes, because we saw the reactor on the back here, right there. There's a large reactor on the back. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and jump in. Now, honestly, this is going to be one of the first times I've flown on a planet, because normally I don't do that, because I couldn't before. Let's see, dampeners are on, which I guess makes it... Let's see what happens if you turn it off now. I think that's what allows it to hover in gravity, is the dampeners. I'm not sure, though. If we turn those off, yep. Okay, I don't want to blow anything up, so let's get moving. It actually moves really good. I like that. It's a little tough on the slowdown, but I've heard from a lot of different sources that that's part of just a rebalance in the game, not like a build design. It's more just that they've changed the forward velocity thing to where it's harder to slow down, I guess, or it takes longer. Alright, I'm trying to equalize my speed a little bit because we had a little bit of a drift there going on, and I don't know if that was residual from when I turned the dampeners off. So yeah, actually works really well. We've got, with the dampeners on, you can hover if you so desired. And let's see, we've got the chain guns here, we've got the turret. And currently we're running on reactor, but being in creative mode, it doesn't really matter. I'm not seeing the laser. I don't know if that's something they don't have on for planets, like if it doesn't detect the... Or if my... No, it just doesn't seem to be detecting it. Wasn't me, it didn't do it. Okay, maybe it was. I think this world may have block damage off. Yeah. So yeah, works really well. Ooh, that's cool. Let's go investigate over there. That could take a minute, though. But, so anyways, that's the... And, oh, there's another thing. This is a modless build. I know, it's very, very strange for Tartarus. But... according to the description of this ship, I guess a lot of people have been requesting one without mods, and I guess he's in between building some other, like he already done one build and was working on another one and threw it together, so. But if you're looking for a little scout to use on your planets, it's not a bad little ship. It looks really cool, and it functions really well for the most part. As far as I can tell, anyway, but I haven't done a whole lot of exploring on planets, so who am I to tell? So anyways, let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, next up we have the base crawler. This was actually something that was submitted to me from one of my viewers, which is cool. It's awesome. So basically, I guess the premise behind this is it's a functional base for survival type play, but it's mobile. So you can drive, you have the atmospheric engines. I don't believe, judging by there's no ion engines or anything like that, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to take in and out of atmosphere. Probably something you could carry in a big frigate, maybe, and then drop like in atmosphere or something. I don't know. I don't see any vertical thrusters or anything, so I think this is supposed to be built on a planet and stay on a planet. That would be my guess. The description doesn't really say, but it just kind of seems to make sense when there's no vertical thrusters or anything like that. But yeah, so pretty much the premise is it's supposed to be a mobile base. Okay, there should be stairs, which comes down very conveniently. So you can climb up. If you just happen to run out of jetpack fuel or something like that, you can still access the build. It is also important to note, we'll see it in a second. Ooh, that's cool. We have like a little walkway on the outside. Nice job. I don't know if we can make it all the way to the back or if this is just going to take us into the hangar. It looks like it just takes us into the hangar. So, we've got a little probe droid is what I'm going to call it, but it's basically a remote ore finder type thing. Actually, that's really cool and compact. It's basically just a battery, some atmospheric thrusters, an antenna, a light, and an ore detector and a camera so you can see, and I'm assuming there's a remote block somewhere buried in here so that you can take over it. Maybe? It's gotta be in there somewhere. Anyways, probably right behind this block. Looks like, maybe, possibly. Anyways, so this is your little probe droid to go out and look for ore and things like that. This is a very handy-dandy ramp in case you were to have some other kind of, like, jeep or other types of ships that could fit inside here and you wanted to bring them in as part of your base, or if you just wanted to let out your little probe droid, one of the two. We've got the screens running on the back here. Looks like it's running M-Master screen script stuff, so you can see what all's going on. Really cool view, by the way. I parked in this spot shortly after I got done with the Tartarus build, and this just seemed like a really cool spot and where the sun's at and everything. Really, really nice wallpaper shot. There you go. Screenshot that. Okay. Really? I'm stuck. I'm still getting used to the whole planets thing, because I've not really played planets all that much. Now this says rotor 2. I'm kind of concerned to mess with that. Ah, YOLO. What's that do? Oh, okay. It brings the ramp back up. So it's basically a control on both sides. Okay, that's all it is. Whew. So from here, we kind of walked around the outside, so you got to see a little bit of the outside stuff. We've got oxygen tanks up there. You can see the either refinery or assembler with the modular stuff on it. We've got windows up here, solar panels on the top for obvious power generating purposes. Now without a jetpack, this kind of looks like a ramp type thing, like you can walk around on it, but I don't think that's what it's actually meant for because there's no access point to it. So we're going to assume that's not the case. And there's also solar panels up here. It's supposed to be pressurized too for hostile environments or whatever, so I think anything past this door, since the doors on the outside to the hangar are just open passageways, I'm assuming this starts the pressurized area, if you were to pressurize it. Then you got a medical bay there. Ah, first clue that it's a pressurized environment. Cargo. Oh, light cargo. I thought it was a large cargo container or something. I was like, what's that do? So we got containers there. Interior turret here, just in case you get unwelcome visitors. This is the production room, given that the light switch is for production, and you can see all the module pieces attached to either assemblers or refineries. I can't quite make out which one's which. And the other is probably on the other side. We have cargo use screen, inventory summary, and oxygen and refinery status, which is cool. Programmable blocks, probably to run the scripts for those, or just for show. We have cryo chambers here for those long points of stasis where you just need to go to sleep for a while. We got GPS data on that screen, and then our status on that screen, and then we've got our main bridge. This is really cool, though. It's got a very nice open view cockpit, which is pretty sweet. Now, we've got the ramp deployed, so let's see if we can go ahead and take over the little guy, our probe droid, for a second, just to see how that all works. If there's a button layout for it, I don't see it. Okay, so... Oops, nope, wrong button. I'm looking for a remote block. Remote control, there we go. Control. Okay. Alright, so my hotkeys have taken control of it now. Camera 1 and 2, connector, engines off, battery recharge is on. So let's do camera 1. I'm not sure where camera 2 is looking, but we're going to go with this one for now. Let's turn the engines on, battery recharge off, unlock. Ooh, this sucker's fast! Woo-wee! Okay, we're still in remote... Oops, crud. We're not in remote control anymore. Okay, give me that back. Oh, I can't find it. Oh no, I lost my probe. Oh well, he's over there. So you can fly that, by the way. Just don't do what I did and exit the camera and disconnect yourself. There's probably a way to get to it again. I know there's... Oh, wait. I think I'm remembering things. Aha! Success! Remote control, control. Boom. Alright, now what is 2? Maybe it's the bottom camera. Yep, it's a bottom camera. Okay, so it's where you can see where you're going. Sweet! And then you've got an ore detector. That's clearly ice. I mean, clearly this is ice. Just saying. We're walking on it, so it's not water. So this actually moves really well, though. It's so small that it ends up being a really, really smooth little ship for... It would be a good ship for scouting. And given that all it is just the little engines and stuff, I would imagine it wouldn't actually consume all that much power. Now, let's see if we can get really brave and actually redock this thing. Because we all know how prone I am to crashing. Ah, hence the docking screen computer thingy. Or camera, I think. Okay. Lock. Engines off. Recharge on. Exit. Boom! Like a boss! We actually did it right. Okay. So, ramp. And where is... I need a stair control of some kind. That's the ramp control. Stairs. Oh, wait. Maybe that's it right there. Stairs. There it is. Okay. So we'll do this one, and then we'll do this one. And once those have done retracting... I don't like moving while rotors are moving. It tends to break things. So once that's done, we'll test out the driving. Now, we are on ice. I don't know if Space Engineers actually has anything where that's an issue. Or if you have less friction and all that kind of stuff or not. We can turn the thrusters on, I suppose. I don't know why some of them are on and some of them aren't. So yeah, this is either really slow, which is possible, or it has to do with being on ice, which is also possible. And it wouldn't surprise me at all. So, anyways, let's move on to the last one, because that pretty much wraps up this build. And last but certainly not least, we have the Camelot 881 Research Base, which looks really cool. It's important to note for moi that hanging out around this base while recording, flopping around between 18 to 25 frames with the new hardware, so it's safe to say that while it might not be perfectly smooth, in a... Okay, where am I going? I'm still getting used to flying on planets, because apparently you drift everywhere. Inertia... Do I have my dampeners on? Ah, that could be part of the problem. Maybe. I don't know. You might not want inertia dampeners on, actually. I don't know. I never thought about that. You may not want them on on planets. Oh, yeah, you totally do, because it lets you hover. Okay, cool. Yeah, so leave those on. Wow, that fixes a lot. I totally hadn't thought of that. So, yeah, what was I saying? That distracted me. Oh, I was saying that I could totally, do something of this size, scale, whatever, in, like, a, survival Let's Play type environment, because it wouldn't break my game or frames. So, this is doable. Now, it is important to note this doesn't have any mods, which I've heard a lot of different research or whatever that kind of supports the theory that because mods don't have some of the optimization that the vanilla blocks do, that it's not quite as efficient and can easily bog down your frame rate. Like we saw in the last episode of Inspiration, the one Corvette size, well, it was a big Corvette, but it was still Corvette class ship, that was really, really hard on my frames in some scenarios, and that was probably smaller in size overall, than this is, but it had a ton of mods. So there is that, that needs to be taken into account. But anyways, so this is a research base slash military facility, because it has defenses and all that kind of stuff. We obviously have a... Oh yeah, I don't think any of this is in my language. But, I mean, fairly self-explanatory when there's one button next to a big airlock door. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, this is kind of neat, actually, because I just noticed the airtight hangar doors here are embedded inside the metal, so you can't see them from outside, but somehow, whether it was on purpose or accident, these on the bottom have kind of embedded themselves in the ground, which is pretty awesome too, because you can't actually see them, so that's really cool. I like that a lot. That's pretty neat. Because my game here is running, you can see I'm running a little low on the sim speed. I'm going to stick with my jetpack for the most part, because it makes running around a little bit easier. I don't recall what all of the buildings are, how they're all laid out and everything. This is clearly power, or battery anyway. Because of, you know, that little indicator of all of the batteries. You know, just small thing. This looks like storage, I'm guessing. Though this is hydrogen, I think. I'm still getting used to some of the newer, even vanilla blocks, not even the mods, but just some of the newer vanilla ones that they've made. I'm pretty sure that's hydrogen and storage, but that's connecting to this place, which there's 2 pods of. Come on. Okay, so there's containers here. Let's go further in and see where this leads. This probably connects over to the next pod, I'm guessing? Come on. I hate that whenever I highlight it, it's not... I wasn't trying to, and then when I try to, I can't highlight it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the next pod over? Yes, because in the description... this is probably to shut the windows. Yes, okay. In the description, it mentioned that these two are like two halves. You have, I think it was staff quarters, not crew, like the people that work in this factory building area, whatchamacallit. I don't know why I was running that way. This is where they stay. This is like a staff quarters kind of thing. What is this for? Oh, same thing. I'm probably just going to leave the HUD off and be pushing buttons on this one since I can't read half of anything anyway. Let's see. And this is all one way. I didn't know if there was any other corridors I was missing in all the darkness. And then this, I'm not sure. This looks more like a control hub. Ooh. Oh wow, that's weird. I did not realize sun rotation was on the map. Or is it? Or is it? I don't know. That's really, really weird. Huh. Okay, I'm still getting used to this whole DX11 lighting thing, but when I'm out here, it fades out, and then it seems to hold the same lighting for a minute there. Oh, that's weird. That is really weird, and then it lightens up in here. Okay, then. Yeah, so since I can't really read anything, it's not really going to help too much to read all this stuff. I was kind of looking to see if in the hotbar they might have things set up for it to do. No, don't see anything. So I think this was supposed to be the factory controls or something to that effect. Oh, it's so dark. Who turned off the lights? Oh, there they are. And then this would go into the next building over, which should be where we saw... Yeah, there it is. You can see it from there. All of the staff quarters. Now that's not to be confused with the crew quarters, because there's a barracks on this base in some space somewhere. This looks like the hangar for vehicular ships. It is important to note the world, when you load up this world, it actually starts you in a small truck carrying a trailer type thingamabobber. But you're away from the base. You're not at the base. You're like off in the distance. And I was driving it back, and somehow I looked away from the screen and just let it drive, like I was on my way and it was not slowing down, so I was like, okay, you can just drive. And I let it drive itself, and yeah, when I turned around I was falling through the world. So I kind of somehow managed to lose that truck. But, just saying, we're missing a truck. And then this is another ground vehicle, which is actually really cool looking. Even has two driver seats, or two front seats, not drivers. And I'm guessing this has a similar structure like the other side of the base, or of the building, where this will come out. Yep, on the other side. Okay, cool. So let's see if there's anything else we missed in here. One other thing I really think is cool, I don't know if this is part of the game, or if this is utilizing a modded planet or whatever. I don't know. Did we say this leads outside? I think it does. Yes, okay. But one cool thing, or at least I thought it was cool, is the sound outside, that you're on like a snow planet. It makes me think of Hoth. And when you're standing out, actually you can hear it from here. Sort of. Might try again outside and see if it's a little louder, but you get that wind sound, howling sound, that, which I thought was really, really cool for a snow planet. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little turned around here. Okay, this is where we came in from, so we haven't gone this way. Which should be the front door? Yes, sirree. Look at us figuring out where we're going and all. This looks like the solar hub station, which this is a cool entrance, by the way. I like this. You got multiple angles leading up and then a staircase. That's kind of a cool way to intro a building. Alright, let's see. what we got going on. Ooh, strobe lights. I'm going blind. Unless that's like electrical. No. You know how when you damage the electrical blocks, they spark and do all that stuff. So, okay. So that's that, the other thing. We got a couple little garage hangar door type things here. Hangar door. Garage systems. Now, this would be really cool. I'm just going off of how this looks, not that it actually is the case, because it's not. These are incomplete wheels. But it would be really cool if these were actually pistons or something, and this whole platform could, like, smush down when you had the thing out. Something like that. That would just be neat. My opinion, anyway. So, yeah, it's got a lot of different things. Bits and bobs. Did we go in this building? Oh, that's all one building. Okay, that was confusing me. So you went in that way, you come in here, and then you can go over there, and that's another hangar. Okay, okay, I get it now. Took me a minute. And then we've got a couple little VTOL type... actually, I guess that's not VTOL. That's more like helicopter style, because the engines don't rotate. Dropship, gunship type things for exploring the planet. But see how it's like on ice? I think that's a modded planet on the workshop. I think. I'm not sure. But anyways, so I think that's going to wrap up this episode. So we're going to end things here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!